It's finally here, the 2024 Outshine Film Festival Miami edition. One of the world's great LGBTQ plus film festivals celebrates everything about the queer community through film. The best parties, the most interesting movies, and everything you need to know about Outshine. All next on this special edition of Queer News Tonight from Hotspots Magazine and Happening Out Television Network.
This is the world's first live, daily LGBTQ evening news show, literally out of the closet and into the headlines on Queer News Tonight.
Welcome to the Outshine Film Festival, celebrated in Miami, April 18th through April 28th. I am your Outshine special host, Faye. What? And for this Outshine special program, Hotspots Magazine Happening Out Television Network has assembled many film and entertainment experts joining us today. Let's begin by welcoming Jennifer Kriz. She is the long-term vice chair of the Outshine Film Festival and is one of America's leading voices for the lesbian and queer women and the importance of LGBTQ plus films. And she's also great to look at. Next up, let's welcome Eric Restivo. He is one half of the television show, The W Boys. The W Boys represents the best of entertainment from his longtime WeHo perspective. The show can be seen Fridays on streaming and social media platforms. Hello, gorgeous.
Hi.
Next up, let's welcome my brother from another mother. He's Dino Mosquera, the longtime film screening chairman of the Outshine Film Festival. He has seen thousands of film submissions through the years to be selected for Outshine. He hosts a special Latino-focused Outshine special with me in Spanglish. Make sure you catch that. And let's welcome John Hayden. John is the other half of the television show The W Boys, representing Wilton Manors. He has interviewed countless film and television stars from an extensive broadcast TV entertainment news career. And finally, last but definitely not least, you know him, you love him. He's Joe Bilancio. Did I say that right, Joe? I did, right? He is the program director of the Outshine Film Festival. Joe is considered one of the world's leading experts on queer film and has built some of the greatest film festival programs. It says in America, I'm going to say in the world. This is the Centerpiece Film and Party on April 24th. We're so excited about the 2024 Miami Centerpiece Film and Party for the 31st annual Outshine LGBTQ plus Film Festival. Our event is hosted at Silver Spot Cinema in downtown Miami. At 7 p.m., the special Centerpiece film is Sebastian.
So, tell me about yourself.
Max is a 25-year-old freelance writer and aspiring novelist who seems well on his way to success in London. Yet, by night, he finds a different kind of exhilaration as a sex worker with the pseudonym Sebastian. Meeting men via an escorting platform, Max uses his experiences as Sebastian to fuel his stories and a worthy debut novel that he has been longing to write finally seems within reach. As Max increasingly struggles to remain in control of a delicately balanced double life, he must reckon with whether Sebastian is merely a writer's tool in their quest for the ultimate sense of first-hand authenticity, or whether something more is at stake. One of the many joys of Sebastian is the film is sex positive and explicit about without feeling gratuitous. Joe, tell me about why Sebastian is selected as the centerpiece film.
Yeah, I'm in awe of this film every time I see it, and I see the trailer and I think about it. It's one of those films that you can watch and really sort of appreciate without sort of what I say unpeeling the layers, or you unpeel the layers and it's magical. It's so well written. It's so well acted. I hesitate to use the word graphic sex and sex positive, although my marketing director will love it, because it is a part of the film, but it's not the film. The film really questions, whether Sebastian is Sebastian because he wants to be, or if he's really doing this research. And it sort of, by the end of the film, you're really questioning sort of what and the why and the where and the how and the other mysteries as well. But it's just a beautiful film. It was in Sundance and did wonderful things there. And I wanted it so badly that I really had to jump through tons of hoops because it was just being acquired by a U.S. distributor who didn't yet have all the material. So I had to borrow the material from the sales agent. But it was that important to me that the audience sees this film because it's probably one of my favorite lesbian gay films in the last 3, 4, maybe even longer. So it really is special, and I do hope people come out to see it.
Something that really strikes me is the positivity that you are showing of sex work. Unfortunately, sex work is usually shown in such a negative light, right? And for this particular movie, he's doing his research, and we'll call it research, so does one life bleed into the other? I mean, we all can relate to living double lives as queer people, and I think that this film definitely takes us in that direction. What do you think, Dino?
I mean, there are many different things. I agree totally with Joe. One of the best films in the festival by far. It's so sexy, so well done, so deep, so well written. The acting is amazing, but it shows the reality of certain people. I mean, this is a highly intellectual guy that you want. I mean, he is actually doing research to write. That's the initial approach. He's actually doing research for his book. He's trying to write and become a writer in London. That is not a cheap city. So, to live in London, you need to have money. He couldn't make that money as a writer initially, but then, he gets into this world, this underworld of, escorting and in London, and and they were not cheap clients. I mean,
right.
These were like
like
top
like
shelf.
Rent Boy here, top shelf.
There you go. And wealthy daddies and all that. So, but then it goes into what Joe was talking about. Are you really doing research to write your book, or are you really
doing it because
loving
you like it?
Because you are, because
right?
you like it, more than.
Well,
Right.
not to get into the plot,
Right.
but he does meet a particular guy who
He likes
really,
a little more.
Well, it makes him question, does he want to do
So-
this also? It's a very, very well written,
Yeah.
I love that.
well acted.
So he didn't have those rules like Pretty Woman, no kissing on the lips kind of deal.
He certainly did not have
No,
that.
no, no.
Gotta see, that was the
no.
problem.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
a little bit like a method acting thing too,
Mm-hmm.
They're just being exactly what they're supposedly researching.
And then he's writing from the sex worker's point of view. That's the
Yes,
exciting
yes.
part.
Yeah,
And that's what excites
Right.
that's the graphic
Yeah,
part.
that's the graphic
And the
part.
editors like that point of view. They want to portray that in their books, in their writing.
Yeah.
And that entices him even more.
Right.
And he goes a little too deep, and then you'll see it in the film. It's not sugarcoat. It's a lot.
No,
going
Joe
on.
said it's graphic. I can't
Yeah.
wait. I'm
I'm
getting
excited.
front row seat for that one
Yeah.
with my popcorn. You
Yeah.
said it was graphic, okay? I'm there.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
might
yeah.
watch it in 3D.
It is, and
Don't forget
and I
the
had
3D glasses, everyone.
it is, and I had a conversation with Mikkel McCullough, who's the director, who also will be in attendance,
yeah.
so
Yes.
we can ask him these exact questions. But he had said, I did grapple with it, and my actors grappled with it, but it had to be graphic because we're telling a story about sex workers, transactional sex, transgressive sex, and it had to be real, it had to be honest, and it had to be true. And I think as a staff, we sort of went back and forth about, is it too much for a gala spot? But again, it's so real and it's so necessary that it had to be done. It had to be made, and we had to show it. So I think that created it ended up being an easier decision than I think.
Well, thank you, Joe, for fighting for it. What were you going to say, Jen?
Oh, I feel like the centerpiece is always a little racier.
Okay.
So I think we take a little more liberty. What
Yeah.
did you say, Joe?
Yeah, Femme was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Femme last
Yeah.
year was like that. for
Love
her.
it. Love it. So after the film, Outshine celebrates our cousins across the pond as you get to participate in a British-themed after party with free drinks and snacks. Dino, tell me all about that. Tell me what's happening.
Yes, we're gonna have an Outshine lounge at
Ooh.
the Silver Spot. The Silver Spot, if you haven't been in downtown Miami, is a
Gorgeous.
state-of-the-art theater, a great facility. The sound, the video is amazing quality.
It still has that new carpet smell.
Yeah,
We love that smell.
It has you can get food in your seat and a full bar, great lounge, and we're gonna have a lounge outside. We're gonna have
We're having British food.
That's right, British.
Fish and chips?
Delicious.
Fish and chips, is that how that works or no?
Shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie?
Whoa.
Whoa.
That
Whoa.
would make sense, actually.
Benedict. Delicious.
Oh, that's food.
Heck.
Oh, okay.
It's like a pudding with like.
Oh yeah.
I bet it's a pudding.
Right?
No hoagies, please.
High protein.
No
level.
hoagies.
No
High
hoagies.
protein. Wow. You don't want to miss this amazing centerpiece film and party at Outshine Film Festival Miami on April 24th. More details for 10 days of more than 50 films, themes, parties, and a whole lot more can be found at outshinefilm.com. LGBTQ plus film is a cultural treasure that can only be experienced in person at a queer film festival, sitting in the dark. On behalf of Jennifer Criz, Eric Restivo, Dino Mosquera, John Hayden, and Joe Balancio, I'm Faye What? And we are powered by Hotspots Magazine and Happening Out Television Network. We will see you when the lights go down at the queer movies.